What's going on, guys? It's Luis from Reaper Trading Club. I'm the club manager and founder, and I just want to give you guys an overview of the chat and how you guys can use it to better your trading and improve how you do in the stock market. So, a general overview, we trade options here in Reaper Trading Club. The reason why you should trade options is to leverage your money and just to make money. So, let me do a quick introduction of the chat since a lot of people don't know how to use it. So I'm just going to make it as simple as possible. Here you have it, Reaper Chat. This is the main chat. As you can see, this is where we go over everything. We just conversate and talk and just show off gains and plays. And as you can see, a lot of money being made and just a lot of analysis and just talking. And this is where I personally give out my watch list, my thoughts and opinions. And every evening I talk about what happened that day and what I expect for the next day. Next up is the club trading floor. This is where we go over plays, and this is where I personally post my plays and show what I'm doing and what trades I'm in. And we just post our plays here, and as you can see, it's just a bunch of plays that we do, and usually this is tier 2 on Patreon. So what that means is when you're paid to be in here, you're paying for really good plays and exclusive plays that I personally get in, and you see my entries and my exits. And the reason that's valuable is because I have more experience trading options, and it's just helpful to see what I'm doing and what direction I'm taking in terms of trading options that day. So it's very beneficial for you, so you can see kind of what I'm seeing and how you can apply it to your trades, and maybe you can pick out a trader or two of mine and then you can make some money. So yeah, on here I just have a lot of other traders. As you can see, this one was a nice gain, almost $400. So this is really where the trading happens, where I just post my plays and post when I get in and when I get out. And if you're in here, most of the time you will do the same, and you just give out your thoughts on plays. I have a couple other guys, like I said, that post their plays, and they're pretty good. So it's very helpful to be in the trading floor to see where you should be and where you should put your money in terms of the market and what you need to be doing that day. So this is more for people who want to see real plays real time, and who just want to just get rid of all the clutter from the Reaper chat. It's just straight up plays, no conversation, just straight up plays. And I also give out exclusive plays on here. So in case this was a couple July 13th, I gave out an IWM 147 call and just told you guys how far in the future you should buy it. And it's a pretty good play. So that's really what you get when you're in the club trading floor. Now, moving on to my favorite is the Easy Reap spreads. So this is where I specialize in. So I'm a spread trader. I make most of my money from spreads, and as you can see, this is where I post my spreads, and this is the positions that I get into, and I just post my entries on them, and this is where you make the most of your money, and this is very passive income. So as you can see, let me open the position summary. Let's move on. So as you can see, this is pretty much up to date with our spreads from July 7th, 2020, so July 10th. So far, we've made, from that day to now, we made a little bit above $1,000. And as you can see on all trades, we've made about 800. We have a batting average about overall 70%, which is not bad. And total return, as you can see, if you would have invested, you would have made 138% on your money. And the average return on your trade is 10%. So every trade you put in here is going to net you a 10% return on it. So that's pretty much what that shows you. I include this. I update this weekly, and every week is new trades. And as you can see, this week it hasn't been updated yet at the moment of this recording, but let me go on here on the chat. as you can see, the spreads this week paid off really well. And all of these I posted on Thursday, and by Friday you would have been paid out over $700. So it's pretty nice. It's passive income, and really I can't stress it enough. The chat pays for itself. So moving on, rules for options trading. It's just my rules. Friday's Guess That Close is my favorite game to play. Just come Friday, you just guess the closest buy, and whoever wins gets a secret prize. Reaper soft version updates. I just post what I did to the chat and how I changed it and what it did. And finally, your rules and disclaimers. So yep, that's pretty much it. So moving on to your watch list, let's open it up. So here you have it. This week is going to be very tech heavy, and just looking at the earnings of really good companies. So to begin with, I'm looking at Intel. Intel is going to be a very good one this week. I'm very bullish on this stock, and I'm going to be playing the call side on this. And as you can see, we're looking at the weekly chart right now. And the reason I look at the weekly chart on Sundays is to just give me an overview as to what's going to happen for the coming week. And I just use this to give me the big picture to what to expect. And come Monday morning is when I start looking at the 4-hour. So bullish on Intel, definitely looking at calls. I'm going to be very, very bullish on this. Microsoft, same. I'm going to be looking at that big red candle that happened this week. I'm looking for a recovery from that. So coming into this week, you're going to see this pattern arise on most of the stocks I'm about to share right now, because these are NASDAQ stocks. These are very tech heavy. And as you can see, this is your 14-day moving average. So this is your 30 SMA. Blue one up here is your 14-day. And pretty much what I'm expecting is for us to just rally from this point and just keep moving forward up from that inside week. And the reason I'm saying that is because of the fact that there's just so much speculation and hope for these companies to just perform really good. So that's why I'm very bullish on the market right now. Moving on to Snap. Same pattern here. You see that big red candle from this past week. So in any case, I'm going to be looking for it to either do two things for these Microsoft and Snap, right? I'm looking for two things. I'm looking for it to go up or to come down to the SMA line support, which is at the 220, the 20 to 22 area. So depending on how it opens Monday is where I'm going to take that approach, but definitely add Snap to your watch list. It's going to be a very popular stock to trade this week. Coca-Cola, one of the fan favorites. Right now, the reason I'm watching this is because they report earnings, and it has a vacuum on the weekly right there from 50. And what happens with these lines is it creates vacuums, right? So what a vacuum is as you see right here, you see that line at the 50 price range. What happens is these are your moving averages, right? And it's like a law of nature. Whenever you have an average, price always comes back down to its average or up to its average, and it creates vacuums. So obviously it's going to have to fill that vacuum up to the 40. So in that time, I'm bullish. It has to come back to that orange line. So long-term bullish. Next up is IBM. IBM, once again, see it's doing that same thing Coca-Cola did. So I'm expecting a rally above that orange line. And this is what I mean. A week ago, we were right here and we had that line up there. And as you can see, as the week progressed, we met up with it. And coming this week, I'm just expected to keep moving up and push up. And that's why I'm bullish on this. So I'm going to be playing the call side on IBM. Next up, Tesla. Tesla is one of those stocks that can just really do anything. And it has that same chart as Microsoft. So whatever happens with Microsoft will happen with Tesla. and same with Snap. So you see that it's pretty much the same chart. So it's going to be really interlaid with whatever happens with the market as a whole. As you can see here is your triple Q. Whatever happens with triple Q, you can expect to happen to Tesla, Snap, Microsoft, and let me just double check once again. Nope, not Coca-Cola. So with those three stocks, you can expect the same thing to happen. So if you see your triple Q, which is your NASDAQ ETF, if you see it come down, expect all of those to come down. And same the other way. If you see this go up, you should expect other things to go up with it. So what that means, if you see this go down, play puts. If you see it go up, play calls, and do long-term calls a month out, at least 3 weeks, but generally a month. And if you just can't afford it, then just stay out. Next up is SPY. I'm very bullish on SPY. As you can see, it came back, tested that 30 SMA right here, and then it just kept moving up. So I'm expecting this, if you're watching this, I'm expecting this to be at 340 in about a month. And the reason I say that is because I'm very bullish on it, and I'm expecting this to test all-time highs like the triple Q did. Next up is IWM, and this is your Russell 2000 index. Your Russell 2000 ETF. So what that means is if you see your SPY and your triple Q rally, you should expect this to rally with them. And the reason I like to play this is these contracts are very affordable. You can get them very cheap for about $200 to $300, and you can flip them because they go up. They at least go up a couple $100 per contract if you're right. So it's a little less known of a share in an ETF, but it's very, very profitable. I personally use this to make consistent money. A lot of people don't know it. A lot of people trade the SPY, but IWM is pretty much one of those I like to call them secret ETFs to trade with options, because if you just see everything else rally, you can just expect this to rally. And as you can see, it goes up and down a lot. As you can see, it came down to like the 338 area, and it's already at the 146 area. So it is very profitable. If you caught it at the 138 area, you caught a 145 call, you would have been up a lot of money right now. So it's definitely one of those to watch because it moves a lot and it's very profitable. Last but not least, I'm bullish on Netflix for that same reason that there was a lot of good news with it, but at the same time it sold off. And the reason I'm still bullish on this is because of the RSI. So even though it came down, the RSI is still telling me that it didn't break that red line you see right there. So to me, that's a bullish indicator. So even though there was a sell-off, it didn't break that RSI like it did over here. And as you can see, when it did break that, it tested that orange line. So it still has that bullish energy to it. If you start to see it break down more this week, then that's definitely a cue to move on to the put side of things. And really, you will see me call this out during the week. I would say about Tuesday, Wednesday is when you really get the direction for the market. Monday is just a big guess. And the trick to these stocks is basically putting the odds in your favor by just checking the weekly in the middle of the week, because then you really get the clear picture of what's going to happen. And once again, the reason I look at the weekly is to look at the bigger picture before I start trading the little picture during the week. So I hope that helped as we keep moving on and I keep making more videos and I get more comfortable with talking and expressing myself. I'll be able to better communicate myself to hopefully make you understand what I see. And once we get that connection going, and once I get better at communicating what I see with the market, I just see myself being able to help more people make more money and help more people lose a little bit less more money. So that's my goal for the chat and for what I'm doing here with the stocks. So yeah, just moving on. Definitely, if you want to sign up for the chat, it's patreon.com/reapertrading. If you want a free week, it's joinrtc@gmail.com. And that's it for this week, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. It's going to be a lovely week. It's going to be a very, very good week. So just remember, have a clear head. Don't expect anything. Anything could happen at any point, and just have the probabilities on your half, man. So peace.